Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to yet another episode of Jash Reads. Today, we are continuing with Animorphs number 7, The Stranger by K.A. Applegate. Now, happy times. The entrance to the Yeerk pool? I echoed. Where? How? I looked around at the others to see their reactions. See, we had already invaded the Yeerk pool in an effort to save Jake's brother, Tom. Not a happy memory. I saw Cassie shudder. X is the only one who wasn't there for our little vacation in the Yeerk pool, Marco said. As the rest of you know, the Yeerk pool is in a huge underground cavern. It's practically a small city down there. It's uh, it's under our school, but it's so big that it also runs beneath the fire station, a couple gas stations, and most of the mall. Axe nodded. Yeerk pools are generally large and elaborate. They are they are an important part of Yeerk life. The centers of their lives, really. The pools are, for the Yeerks, what forests and meadows are to the Andalites. Tobias and I have been working out a pattern of surveillance, Marco went on. For the last week, we've followed our very favorite human controller, Assistant Principal Chapman, everywhere we can. Tobias tracks him from the air, then I follow him when he goes into a building. Why didn't you let the rest of us in on this? I demanded. Marco shrugged. It was a two-person job. That's all. Jake looked as annoyed as I felt. Then I realized why Marco had kept this quiet. Jake had just been through the terrifying ordeal of being infested by a Yeerk. For 3 days, he had been a human controller, a prisoner in his own body. Marco had been letting him rest. So, I asked, a little more patiently, so what? Marco answered, so where is this entrance to the Yeerk pool? Duh! Well, I was hoping to amaze and entertain you all with the whole story of our brilliant detective work. But the short answer is a dressing room at the Gap in the mall. That's the entrance. People go in looking like they're going to try on clothes and they never come out. At least they don't come out through the Gap. Tobias added, they come out through the movie theater. When the crowd leaves the movie at the end of the show, there are always more people leaving than went in. And through the Gap, out through the multiplex. Marco laughed. Are these yurts on top of popular American culture? Or what? Good job, Jake admitted grudgingly. The question is, now what do we do? Attack! Axe said instantly. We tried that once, Cassie said quietly. We didn't exactly win. There were dozens of Fork-Bajir and toxins down there, and human controllers, and he was there. Visher 3. That's when Tobias was trapped in a morph. Like I said, we didn't exactly win. We got hammered. I agreed. Axe, you know I'm usually all for going on the attack, but the Yeerk pool is just too big. A warrior is judged by the power of his enemies, Axe said stubbornly, but he didn't sound quite as enthusiastic anymore. Attacking the Yeerk pool is out, I muttered, but an idea was occurring to me. Hey, Axe, what can you tell us about the Kandrona? He swiveled his head toward me, while his stalk eyes turned slowly this way and that, searching the woods for trouble. The Kandrona is a miniature version of the Yeerk's home sun. It emits Kandrona rays, which concentrate in the Yeerk pools. It is what nourishes the Yeerks. That is why the Yeerks must swim in their natural state in the Yeerk pool every 3 days. They need Kandrona rays. So their real weakness is not the pool itself, but the Kandrona, I said. This miniature sun. But the Kandrona may be many miles away from the Yeerk pool, Axe explained. The Kandrona rays may be beamed to the pool from almost anywhere. So, although I am in favor of attacking the Yeerk pool, we should not do it expecting to find the Kandrona there. I agree, I said, but what if we didn't attack the Yeerk pool? What if we just spied it out? We might find out where the Kandrona is. Marco laughed. That's more like the Rachel I know. You were starting to worry me there. You were sounding so sensible. How big is a Kandrona? Jake wondered. It would depend on how many pools it had to support. It might be as large as Cassie's barn. It might be the size of one of your human cars. The size of a car? Surely a bunch of all-American kids like us could manage to wreck a car. Marco joked. How much would it hurt the Yeerks? I asked. That's the question. Is it worth running the risk of going down there again? Down to the Yeerk pool? We all looked at Axe. It would depend. If they have a spare Kandrona, it wouldn't hurt them very much. In any case, they have one aboard their mothership, so we would not wipe them out entirely. We all sagged with disappointment. However, it would not be practical for the Yeerks to shuttle their human controllers back and forth to the mothership to keep them alive. So what would they do? Marco wondered. How would Vischer 3 react? Vischer 3 is totally ruthless, I said. He would save as many as he could, but he'd have to let the rest die. Yes, Axe agreed. It would be a very serious blow. They would survive, but they would be weakened. We'd have to find the Kandrona thing first, Cassie reminded everyone. And wherever it is, it will be guarded. Right then, I guess we all realized we were going to do it. We're going back to the Yeerk pool. Jake shook his head slowly. down the Yeerk pool again. I still have nightmares about the first time. Yeah, Marco agreed. Done that. Yeerk pool, Cassie said grimly and looked away. I didn't say anything. I don't like talking about nightmares. But I'd had them too. They were pretty bad. I am not very good at understanding human emotions, Hack said. But you all seem afraid. And your fear is beginning to scare me. Good, I said. I don't know if you Andalites believe in places like heaven and hell. Well, let me just tell you. The Yeerk pool is definitely not heaven. And that's the end of that chapter. I admit I sort of had a little trouble picking up on tones. It was sort of a hellish rehearsal for that chapter last night. Like, okay, it's going to be this and that. And of course, when I record, sometimes the best takes are when I'm practicing and I'm like, oh, let me try this. And it's like, okay, this sort of works. Yay! So the Animorphs have decided to go back to the hell that is the Yeerk pool. Remember the first book? Yeah, lovely, lovely times, there. Like, pleasant memories. I mean, Cassie had gotten captured beforehand and was about to be made a controller. The whole plan went to hell, especially when Visher 3 showed up. And Tom did one of the most fucking badass things. Went and tried to attack, I think either a Taxon or Visher 3. And if you're wondering, if you haven't picked on it already, I will pronounce taxons as many ways as I can think of. It's a problem. I'm trying to solve it. But there's so many good ways to pronounce it. So, what's your favorite way to pronounce taxon? And also, what did you think of the chapter? What especially focusing on, the whole let's go back down to the Yeerk pool thing. Pleasant times. Okay, and if you do want to, talk about the chapter with me, please comment down below and we can start a nice nerdy conversation. But remember, no major spoilers. Okay, I just realized in the comments section I had major spoilers there about, god damn it. Now I'm not going to be happy until I go to the comments section. My life is hell. I'm like, oh, I'm having a pleasant conversation. Oh, no major spoiler. What's that, Jash? But yeah. So, no major spoilers. Sorry, I am going back and correcting that, yay. But anyways, it's like I broke my rule. So, no major spoilers. But if you do want to talk major spoilers with me and you're on the YouTubes, there's a link to my Tumblr Ask Box, and you can go wild in my Tumblr Ask Box. It's sorry, I'm still correcting my mistake. So my Tumblr Ask Box, and tell me your favorite theories. Maybe something in this chapter will remind you of something else that happens later on. And actually, while reading this, as how I did Axe is, I can't really talk about how I did Axe because of a sort of major spoiler that's revealed later in the series, and some things about Andalites that are revealed later in the series. So yeah, that it sucks. I want to say, oh yeah, I'm reading pronounce this line because of that, but yeah, no major spoilers. Save that for my Tumblr Ask Box or maybe Blogger. No. Okay, let's see. And the whole no major spoilers is because I am really hoping people find out about Animorphs via this, video series. So dramatic readings, and they may go, oh hey, Animorphs is not just about goofy covers. There's real serious things that happen here. And if you're one of those new people, newcomers, hi new Fanimorph, I hope you're enjoying the ride so far. And if you want to buy your very own copy of Animorphs number 7, The Stranger by K. Applegate, if you're on the YouTube, link in the description. If you are on my blog link down below, and both links will take you to where you can buy your very own copy of Animorphs number 7, The Stranger. The Stranger, so, Yay! Okay, I just corrected that comment there. Yeah, Okay, so minor spoiler, but not too much, so I think that works. So anyways, now that we've got that problem solved, if you are on the YouTubes, please like this video. Liking this video will make, I think, the YouTube algorithm sort of pick me up more, and I'm yay. Also feel free to subscribe, because I will be doing the entire Animorphs series on this channel, and I don't want to miss out. Please love me. If you are watching on my blog and watching on the desktop version of my blog, please choose the follow by email option, and you'll be alerted to whenever I make a new blog post. And I just don't do Jash reads on there. I also post fan fiction, sometimes edited for my more mature content. And there's also little mini essays, length depending on how I feel about the subject. So yeah, sometimes some subjects just go okay, I'm going to follow the outline, and okay, this, that, and others. I have to rant a couple 500 extra words because fuck this shit. Oh god, I think one time one subject made me do 5,000 words maybe, and it's funny, I wanted to keep on adding to it, I can't shut up, but never mind that. Yeah, so next episode Jash reads should be in a few hours, maybe by midnight, depending. And now's the part of the little show where I slowly work on a graphic, and this part is totally not so I can work on more graphics than I otherwise would be able to. Totally not doing that. But I'm working on a little piece by piece so I don't take up too much of your time. But if you do want to join the segment, drink along. Not just alcoholic drinks, but I'm drinking carbonated water again. So let's get started. We're only going to be adding one thing there. And I am, after someone pointed this out in an Animorphs fan group the other day, I do plan to convert this dramatic reading to podcast format. So if you are watching these things and you're like, oh, I have to spend time in front of whatever screen, and I can't just exercise, run, I have to be in a certain area. Podcasts will make it so, you could be driving along, you could be exercising, which I should do more of. But yeah, my husband, Rev Resner, is looking into place to host and, also, about turning videos into a podcasting format. Now, the whole thing is, these visual elements like this one here will make it so that, well, those parts will have to be cut. So at least now I'm, I put them at the very end, so it should be relatively easy to cut them, but it actually scares me. I might just have Rev Resner, you get to do all this. You want to help out with the blog, you can do this. He's also preparing a little studio space. Well, what we call a studio, Big. So yeah. So yeah, I know it's like, oh, Jorah Mormont says Zora High, so hey, look at there's a burning sword there. But the thing in the fanfic of Flame Extinguished, Zora High, I really go all wild with the Zora High prophecy, looking at, Lightbringer not being an actual sword. So that being said, we don't actually need a burning sword. We don't have to do that. Now you see this one picture of him right here. This looks sort of decent, right? He's like, da-da, but he still needs to be holding a weapon because that's exciting and shows he's badass until like, hi, I'm standing here. Okay. If only someone had a picture of him sitting down like I was sitting down in the Iron Throne, it would make it so much better. But if you're not aware of the Game of Thrones fandom, he's like not that popular. Like, it's like he kept Daenerys Targaryen alive in the beginning when she had really no one else on her side. But it's like, oh, fuck him. Yeah, he's unimportant. It's like, the fuck? This is the respecting. It's like, it's just because in the beginning he was brought into Daenerys' life because he was spying on her so he could be able to go back home again. Really long story short. But very quickly that original reason went in the background. Is like, fuck it, I'm serving Daenerys now. I don't give a shit. So yeah. That's how that happened. And so everyone's like, oh, he's like, they ignore his character development. It's really horrible because all the popular characters that get, go through character development. They're like, oh yeah, but he's changed. It's like, they're like, I know what character development is, but I'm going to ignore it for this character. Like, fuck. Okay, not going to keep this here. This is a thing I used for the Animorphs #7 cover. Let's see. I mean, this is cool now, but I'm going to look at different effects. But I think the whole thing is because I place it up there and that is too easy. And the thing I loathe is easy stuff. But yeah, I think that really looks well. Let's see. But let's see if we can improve it by wasting all of our time. Oh, shit. I forget. He just disappeared like that. And I was like, oh, what was that? And I'm like, oh yeah, I never flattened. Oh, maybe I want to try, like, sort of have a thing there. No, no, I'm not going to do transparency things because the thing is, Jorah more, like, all these are supposed to be, like, sort of in the flames there. That's why I messed with transparency like I did with them. But Jorah Mormont's not supposed to be in the flames like that. So I would say why the reasoning, but for anyone who's following a Flame Extinguished, that would be some spoilery material there, so just know that there's a very good reason. Basically, some of the characters behind die, and I don't want to reveal which ones do and don't, while Jorah does remain alive. Okay, there's not a spoiler way of pulling that. Let's see. Chromatic. Okay, that definitely adds, those things definitely add an air to it. That was there. Let's see. I do like this one. I do really like this one, but I'm going to check out the other ones because, hey, who knows? There might be a better one. Probably. No, that makes him too bright there. Damn it. Oh, that does look fucking good there. Ta-da. That does look good. It has the right air to it, I think. I'm using like air and stuff. Like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I mean, it makes sense in my head, but this is a big reason why why talking to me about editing can be a little hard, because I'm like, I'm going to use all these things that make sense to me because I'm so used to speaking just to me. But then when I have an audience, it's like, hi, I don't know how to speak English. I'm going to speak whatever the fuck this is. Okay, be funky. Ta-da! And okay, that's what we have for today. This is our hard work. We've got the actual pictures there without the word. And so yeah, this time you're not going to be able to vote on the wording, just because this is going to be for a fan fiction cover, so it'll be a flame extinguished. And then Jashikins over here. Yeah, I do like Jorah Mormont possibly being a Zora High, just because it would be a sort of big deal for the majority of the fandom. It'd be like, what the fuck is happening? What? What, him? And I'm not expecting people to like him. I just suddenly like him because of the reveal, but I'm expecting for chaos to erupt. Like, no! Like, differing level of angers I'm expecting, with a small portion going, yay! I might have a little bit of issues there. So, again, next episode of Animal... God damn it. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, the next episode of Jash Reads will happen in a few hours, so, stay tuned to the channel. Maybe around midnight I'll have the next episode out, so woot! And until next video, goodbye.